Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Little Susie Sleever. Let's start with some numbers. I'm filming from my car today, so I apologize. My husband's home and the kids are being loud, so I have to go grocery shopping and run some errands, so I figured I'll just do this from my car. Well, it's not actually even my car. Today I am driving, well, let me give you a little backstory. I guess about a month ago, we bought a new car, a Volvo V60 T6. And so when we bought it, it was a new car, but it needed like the plates installed, and to do that the dealership didn't mount the front bracket. In Texas you have to have a front plate, and so we had to take it to have that mounted, and they have to drill into the bumper and all of this stuff, and so it's a long process. So they also determined that they needed to change something out. It gets so hot in Texas that when it was sitting on the lot, it cracked the plastic piece on the gear shift knobs, so they needed to replace that. They already had the part and it had been ordered before we bought the car, but they needed to replace it. Sorry, my hair is like kind of got a weird wave to it. I went to bed with it wet last night. So we took the car up there to get the service. We thought it would all be done on Saturday, but it wasn't. They actually needed something that they didn't have, and so they said, you know what, we're not going to be able to get it done today. This part will be here Monday. It was something, minor, but they weren't going to have it until Monday. So they gave us a loaner. What they gave us as a loaner was a 2015 Audi Q5 Quattro, which is smaller than my Volvo XC90, but this thing is really nice. I mean, if I go down to a smaller SUV after my kids get older, well, one of them leaves the house. He's leaving the house in 3 years or so, because he's 15, so 3 or 4 years he'll be gone. I can get something smaller. Maybe this will be in contention. I'm not sure what I just did to my hair. Ignore that. So anyways, I'm not even in my car. I'm in this other car. Back to the sleever stuff. Sorry, got off on a crazy tangent there. Let's start with the numbers. I will be 10 weeks out, I believe, tomorrow. I would have to look. Surgery date was August 3rd. Today is October 18th, 19th, something like that. 18th, I believe. Yes, 18th, because Thursday is my birthday, and that's the 22nd, so that's how I know. Anyway, so I will be, I believe, 10 weeks out. I'd have to do the math, and I didn't do it on Monday. I started out at my high weight. The reason behind that, we moved and we were in transition, so I had actually gained weight by the time I got here, and long story, I'll have to get into that in another video, or else this is going to be like 2 hours long. So anyways, my high weight was actually my start weight, and that was 251.8. So 251.8 was my start weight. As of today, I was 208.6, which is a total loss of 43.2 pounds, if I'm doing the math correctly, and I may not be, but it seems like that's correct. Sorry. So 43.2 pounds, or 44.6% of my excess body weight until I reach, goal or whatever. 44.6%. That's pretty amazing. That is a spectacular number in such a short period of time. I do find that I am losing a lot slower now than I was initially, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Maybe the upside will be that my skin isn't terrible, but I doubt it, because I think my skin's gonna be terrible, because my skin's just terrible normally. So there's that. So let's move on to other things, other sleever type things. Number one, let's talk shampoo. So I don't know if you can see it, because my hair is all weird looking today, but my hair is incredibly shiny and incredibly healthy looking. And I do not have any product on my hair at all. Let's see if you can see that. I mean, you can see my terrible roots, but my hair is incredibly shiny, incredibly soft, and looks really good, aside from the fact that it doesn't look good because my roots need to be done and I slept with it wet. What I've been doing, because a lot of people have asked, number one, I don't put heat on my hair unless it's like dire. I don't use a blow dryer. I let it air dry. Thankfully, my hair is naturally straight. I normally don't go to bed with it wet. When I go to bed with it wet, I end up with this funky, you know, kinked pattern to it. But I don't put heat to it unless I'm going out to dinner or unless I've slept on it wet and I'm going to work. Then I will very quickly run a flat iron over it with a heat protectant applied first. But other than that, I don't put heat on it because I'm afraid of the damage that it could do at this point, and I don't want any breakage. I am trying to save as much of my hair as possible. I had started noticing some hair loss a couple of weeks ago or so. So I went out and I purchased, last weekend I purchased the Nioxin shampoo series, or set. And I bought the shampoo, and I bought the one that's marked number 3, and it's for color treated hair. Because my hair is still color treated, even though it's faded down to practically my natural color. But I plan on doing something with it in the near future, and I don't want to, you know, go out and buy more shampoo. So I just bought the color treated. So I bought the shampoo, the conditioner, and then I bought the hair mask. I've used the hair mask once. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. It smells decent. It leaves your hair very silky, very smooth. Really great. It compares well with the other hair masks that I've used in the past, like Bumble and Bumble and brands like that. Bumble and Bumble will always be my favorite, but for the purposes that I am using it currently, this does a really, really good job. Shampoo. The shampoo smells good. It's got like a minty, a light spearmint type scent to it. It lathers really well. I don't have the urge that I normally have to lather, rinse, repeat. I only wash my hair once with it. It gets my hair incredibly clean. It gets my scalp feeling very, very clean. So I don't rinse and repeat, which I normally did. And I feel like at this point, if I can do anything to reduce the stress on my hair, I'm all for it. So taking that extra step out, great. And it's really, it does a wonderful job. Conditioner. The conditioner smells like ass. I am not kidding. It is the worst smelling conditioner I've ever smelled. But having said that, I mean, and it's bad. It's so bad. It smells very chemically. It smells bad. It has a mint smell, but then it has like a chemical to it. And initially, after the first 2 washes, I thought, I'm not going to be able to use this. I'm not going to be able to use the conditioner. It is just too bad. But within a week, you know, I thought, I'm gonna use it as much as I can and try to do it. And I only wash my hair every other day. Although yesterday I washed it twice because I worked out and I was stinky and da-da-da-da-da. So I try to only wash it every other day, and I use dry shampoo and whatnot so that I'm not washing it as much and I'm not drying it out and hopefully reducing loss. Off that tangent. Yeah, I noticed after using it for about a week, my hair has never looked this healthy, this shiny, this silky, felt this good, not tangled the way it does. Honestly, I will just hold my nose or whatever and deal with the stinky shampoo or conditioner. It's not the shampoo, it's just the conditioner. But I will deal with it for my hair to look the way it does. And I feel like maybe it's working with the amount of hair I'm losing. It seems like it's slightly less, but it hasn't been long enough to really tell, to be honest with you. So I'm not 100% certain if it's working hair loss wise, but it is doing fantastic things to my hair. So on another note, I know in other videos I have talked about my skin issues post-op. I broke out really bad. My skin now is really clear. It is less red. I have rosacea really bad. I have very sensitive skin. It is less red. It is clear enough and toned down enough that I can wear a BB cream instead of a heavy foundation, which is something I haven't done in a really long time. I would use a BB cream when I was hanging out at the house or just going to the store, not going to work, not needing something that would, you know, work and last and whatnot. I have not used foundation in a few weeks. Why? Could be a couple things. Number one, the nutritional changes, the surgery, weight loss, whatever, hormone changes. But the biggest thing that I've noticed, I started using a new product. One of my friends sent it to me to try out, and so I'm not pushing you guys to buy this. From what I understand, it's rather expensive, but it's called Nerium, and it's a day cream and a night cream. And I have found that my wrinkles are less. This is a scar, but I had a really deep line here and a really deep line here and a deep line here, and they're getting better. And my crow's feet are virtually non-existent. My acne has cleared up. I've still got a little bit of mark on my skin, like residual mark on my skin from the acne that I had, the really deep cystic acne, but it has cleared up. I have one pimple, and it's tiny, and that's crazy. That's the first time, and it just popped up a couple of days ago. For about a week or two, I had no blemishes on my face, and then this tiny little baby popped up. But he's not super irritable, nothing. The fine rosacea related acne that I would get around my jawline, that is virtually gone. I've got maybe a couple of little bumps there, but virtually non-existent. It is fantastic. My skin has never looked this good, not in 15 years. Yeah, my skin has not looked this good in 15 years since I was about 20 years old. 2021. My skin is looking the best it ever has. Beyond that, I went shopping. I bought some workout clothes. Old Navy is the place to go for that. Prints, camouflage, big butts apparently, and it works. I found some things that were aesthetically pleasing for my larger posterior and frame. But look good. Look good. I'm not embarrassed to go out in public in them and walk around. I bought some new jeans. They are already, they're not stretchy, and they're 16s with no stretch, and they fit in the butt, but they're too big in the waist. I haven't had that happen in years, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having a big butt and a small waist. Not saying that my waist is small, but it's smaller, and it's smaller than my waist, than my butt, and that is crazy because I was very apple shaped, and now I'm starting to get a curve to me again. No offense to anyone who's, you know, maybe a little more conservative with their language. My boobs look fantastic. My boobs look great. My husband the other day mentioned that my boobs look good in a shirt. He was like, "Whoa, are you wearing a bra?" Because wow. And I was like, what? And I've noticed that every time I walk by him, he slaps my ass. That hasn't happened in a while. So, things are looking up there. It's nice to be treated like a piece of meat occasionally by your spouse. Don't let anyone else treat you like meat. But it's nice once in a while for your spouse to treat you like a piece of meat. Not in a derogatory sense, but it's just nice. Beyond that, I can't really think of anything else. I have my 3-month follow-up next month. I'll see how that goes. I think I'm gonna have to change my appointment because I misplaced my military ID and I have to get it replaced. And between taking off from work to do that next week and then my appointment would be like 2 weeks later, I don't think I can do it. So I'm gonna have to call them and try to reschedule that. But that's okay. The place I go to is very lenient, when it comes to stuff like that. They're very good natured, and the people are all great. So I'm pretty excited. I don't know, I'm excited. It's fall. It's starting to feel like fall here in El Paso. What's the temperature right now? 72 degrees, and it is, I don't know what time it is. 11:15. I don't know where anything is on this card, but it's 72 degrees and it's 11:15. It is fantastic. So, long sleeves jeans, it's amazing. On that note, I have to go to the grocery store and buy groceries for the week, and I have to go buy some eyeshadow because I broke some of my eyeshadow. I'd like maybe a new lipstick or something to kind of brighten things up. And, oh, let me tell you guys, for the first time in a very, very long time lately, well, that made no sense. For the first time in a really, really long time, I have started to feel attractive. I'm not saying hot, I'm not there, but I have started to feel attractive on some days. Some days not so much. But for the most part, I get up, I get dressed, and I genuinely like what I see in the mirror. Not love it, but I like what is happening. I like what is happening with my face. I like how it's slimming down. I like that my skin isn't terrible. Well, it's still bad, but it's not terrible. I like that my body is starting to look better. I like that people are noticing me, and not in a bad way, not noticing me for being the fat chick. It is really a very good feeling. So for those of you who are on the fence about this procedure, I encourage you to seriously think about it, because you know what? I struggled and struggled and struggled with weight loss, and I just couldn't do it on my own. I struggled with my self-esteem, and I couldn't do anything on my own to improve it, no matter how hard I tried. And honestly, this has changed my life. I'm not even 3 months out, and I feel like a different person. I'm happier, I'm healthier, I am more fit. I'm not out of breath every time I walk to work from the parking garage, which is like across town. It's not really. It's about the equivalent of about 4 blocks. But I'm not out of breath by the time I get to work and I carry a huge bag with me. This has been a very positive change in my life. So I encourage anyone who's on the fence and watching this, please seriously give it some consideration. If you are thinking about it, do your research, find a good surgeon, and go to a seminar. Look at other people's reviews. This has been a very positive experience for me. There are risks. I have thankfully not had any complications or issues related to my sleeve. And there are risks, and you need to be aware of those, and you need to make yourself educated on what the possibilities are with any surgery. But this has been amazing. This has started a transformation that I cannot even describe how I feel. And it's just intense. It's amazing. I feel like my old self from years ago, and I highly encourage you to at least go talk to a surgeon if you're thinking about this, and talk to other people who've had it. Ask me questions, you know, reply to the post, to the video, ask me questions, send me emails. My email address is lilsusiesleever@gmail.com. You know, ask away. I'm more than happy to answer your questions or give you any information. This video is almost 20 minutes long, so I'm going to stop now and I'm going to go buy groceries. I've been sitting in the driveway for 20 minutes. I'm sure my family's like, what the hell? So, anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great weekend and whatever you're doing this week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!